Hello and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia, Michiru's route. In the last episode, Michiru and Yuuji were spending the last of their days alone as the other girls of the Mihammer Academy returned. Much to Michiru's dismay, as she and Yuuji tried to keep up the act that nothing had happened between them. Yuuji had no problems with this, stating that he has no real feelings for Michiru. However, Michiru had more troubles handling it, and it seems that the other Michiru have taken over in order to even make Michiru functional. Let's continue. That you, Michiru? Yes, indeed it is I. Oh, it's you again. You seem to be appearing a lot late recently. What else am I supposed to do? The girl's so frightened she's barely even tries to go outside. She's practically turned into a shut-in. I mean, that's no exaggeration. She really does spend most of her time locked up in her room with that cat. What's it called again? Meow. Right. She does nothing but lie around in her room playing with that animal. It seems like she's trying to avoid you, among other things. Me? Why would she do that? Oh, please, I think you know. The girl's scared of becoming dependent on you. She's keeping a distance out of fear that she'll eventually lose you. Not unusual for an adolescent, but her case is a little extreme. So, is there something I can do about this? Let's see. After briefly thinking it over, she answers in a careful, deliberate tone. I think it'd be best to take her to a hospital. She's irrationally anxious and nobody's really capable of comforting her. Oh, sounds like a pragmatic approach. Even if you were to vow your eternal love and sign an oath in your own blood, so long as there's no absolute proof that promise is real, that girl won't have a peace of mind. That said, we can't exactly spend a few decades waiting for her to believe you'll stay with her forever. And these days we have plenty of respectable, competent psychiatrists. I see. Well, yes, although that's not all I had in mind. I want to get her a thorough medical examination. There might be something else that explains this. Either way, Michiru's not going to like the idea. But what else are we supposed to do? Wow. Lured by the sound of our voices, the black cat pops out of nowhere. But after taking one look at Michiru, it pauses in confusion, then quickly retreats. For the time being, I have a fairly serious request to make of you. Her face suddenly grave, the girl stares at me steadily in the eye. I want you to keep a careful eye on this girl. Make sure her condition doesn't deteriorate further. Yeah, I guess that might be warranted at this point. With those words, I turn and leave. The girl's arguments seem reasonable enough, but it's unsettling to take advice from someone I know so little about. Who or what is she anyway? I can speculate, but the answer's beyond my grasp. The more I try to fit the pieces together, the more of a scrambled, confusing mess the board becomes. Later that afternoon, there's a knock at my door. It's fine, come in. I wait a few seconds, but the visitor makes no move to enter. I stand and proceed to open the door myself. Unsurprisingly, Michiru is standing on the other side with a dismal look on her face. What's wrong? You stopped by for a reason, I assume. How about coming inside? Yeah. The girl was barging in without warning only a few days ago, but things have changed. It's as though Michiru walked in through a rain shower. Her shoulders are slumped and you can practically see the melancholy dripping from her bangs. Retrieving her ramen candies from the shark pouch of hers, she tosses one after another into her mouth. Perhaps the girl's trying to energize her brain with a rush of glucose, but this still seems somewhat excessive. You're going to give yourself diabetes. Thin people aren't immune, you know. I'm not. It's just a little sugar to help me calm down, okay? Let me alone. Michiru looks up at me with bloodshot eyes, seemingly waiting for me to say something. Unfortunately, I have no idea what she's expecting. What? If you got something to say, then spit it out already. Want to go on another date? Michiru asked the questions with the tentative wariness of a small animal peeking out from behind a tree. I think she may have deliberately framed the question in a way that allows her to pass it off as a joke, depending on my reaction. Didn't we talk about this before? That was just a game to kill time, right? Yeah, I know, of course, yeah. But, I mean, it was still fun, right? So maybe...
Think about it though. If the others notice, they're going to take it the wrong way.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, obviously, I was just joking around. But, well, maybe we could just do the kissing part?
What are you saying, woman?
Gotcha! Like I said, it's a joke. You took it seriously again. No sense of humor, I swear.
Hard to take it as a joke when you say it with such a desperate look on your face.
My face wasn't desperate. I'm cool and in control. Meow, come here. Wow. It's not like I'm lonely or anything, for your information. I'm fine as long as I have Meow. So there. Wow. Here you go, biscuit time. The black cat instantly bites into the doughy cake Michiru offers, not even bothering to smell it first. Foolish little beast, nothing good can come of allowing yourself to be so thoroughly domesticated.
Well, that works, I guess. They say animal therapy can be surprisingly effective.
Therapy yourself! I'm perfectly normal for your information. Michiru turns her back to me and makes to leave the room, but she hesitates in front of the door to mumble one final comment. Don't get too friendly with the other girls, alright? I wait for the follow-up, anticipating something along the lines of, gotcha, or perhaps you took me seriously again, what an idiot. But instead Michiru simply opens the door and trudges out.
Things seem to be heading in a problematic direction.
As if to illustrate, the gathering rain clouds outside cast my room into greyish gloom. I'm neither a prophet nor a playboy, but I have a strong suspicion that the balance of this claustrophobic shoebox garden is rapidly breaking down. To fully decipher a story, you need to proceed through it in a proper order. Skipping ahead and learning how things end doesn't mean you understand the substance of the matter. We have no choice but to patiently absorb the author's words and wait for things to come together. But it can be difficult at times, even for me. I've been known to flip forward a few pages and take a peek. Once you read even one line out of order, learned one thing you shouldn't have, it's not possible to wipe your memory clean and return to your previous spot. No matter what sort of sentence it may be, you have no choice but to accept it. That's the price we pay for our curiosity. And then Yuuji says to me, a tragic waste of a croquette. That's pure Oni-chan. That's a good one. Tell me the rest sometime, okay? But of course. Okay, dismissed for today. Yeah, it feels like you've been flipping back and forth between acting all weird and being super cheerful lately, you know? But that's a Jiru for you, I guess. Life's all about tempo. The world runs in excitement. Gotta live on the rhythm. Ahem. Alright then. Makina, let's go have a snack. Snack time. Ooh, I know. Let's go with giant choky today. Yes, I'll buy you some later.
Nice impersonation. Seems I've become something of a celebrity.
Yuuji-kun. That girl was holding her own until just a moment ago, right until she noticed you there and withdrew immediately.
You don't say. Is she that angry at me?
That's really not it, but she doesn't know how to act when you're around.
So you've been deliberately filling in when she feels like disappearing then?
Well,
What's wrong, Michiru?
So, get me to my room. Michiru practically collapses into my arms, limp as a rag doll. Fainting in the middle of a conversation, that's a first.
What the hell is going on with this girl anyway?
I carry Michiru to her room and lay her down on her bed. Although I expected her to be out for a while, only a few moments pass before she groggily sits up. It'll probably take a few moments for her to fully regain consciousness, but at least she appears to be alright. Unfortunately, the girl who woke up appears to be the Michiru I know best.
You alright? Look at the light.
Yeah. I checked the reaction of her pupils with my penlight, but can't find anything out of the ordinary. Of course, at this point, I'm less worried about the girl's physical condition than her psychological state.
I'm going to be blunt, Michiru. You should go to a hospital. You can't maintain normal life under these circumstances.
Yeah.
You know that yourself, don't you?
I know. I'm sorry.
That girl said the same thing. It's probably an appropriate step at this point.
That girl? What girl? I curse silently, but it's too late. Since I wasn't in a position to predict the consequences, I've been careful to avoid directly mentioning the other girl to Michiru, but I was distracted by the problem in front of my eyes and my tongue slipped. Now that we've reached this point, coming up with some half-assed lie would probably be counterproductive. Instead of trying to bluff, I answer honestly.
Well, I guess she's the other you.
The other me? Michiru slowly raises a hand in front of her face and sits there staring blankly into her palm like a wind-up toy that's run out of a spring. A part of me wanted to believe that it was just like sleepwalking, getting up and drinking a glass of water in the night. I wanted to think I was just doing all this stuff unconsciously, but I knew all along that it wasn't. After a certain point, she started coming out every once in a while. It's clearly a different person, right?
That's right. There's definitely someone else entirely inside you.
I see. Yeah, you're right. I know you're right. Yuuji, you've talked with him?
Yeah, we've had several conversations.
Several? Or many?
Many, I guess. To be accurate, I've been talking with her pretty frequently these last days. I really appreciate a straight answer, Michiru. Who is she?
I don't know that any more than you do. I have a distinct sense that Michiru is hiding something, but there's clearly no point pursuing the topic further right now. I offer a quiet nod instead. The girl seems to know you very well, down to every last little detail. You'd almost think she was standing over your bed watching you sleep. But in comparison, you don't know anything about her. Yeah, I don't remember anything that happened while I'm out, so I don't know much about that girl.
Yes, there's nothing we can do about that. In any case, she said it would be wise to get you to a hospital and...
Hey, Yuuji! Michiru interrupts me mid-sentence. I answer with a curt, yes. What kind of girl is she?
What kind? Sorry, what are you asking?
How does the other me speak? How does she think? How does she act? I want to hear what you have to say about her, Yuuji. A problematically broad question, but I decide to offer my honest impressions as they come to me. The other you is sociable and proactive, even aggressive. The girl makes sure her opinions are known. That said, she refuses to talk about herself, so I can't say much more than that. What I do know is that she seems to be a frank, no-nonsense person. Okay, yeah, and what else? Michiru pesters me for more with the expectant eyes of a child demanding another chapter full picture book.
The girl sometimes takes eccentric actions, but she makes sure to handle the consequences herself. She seems to prefer clear-cut lines of responsibility. She's unpolished in some respects, but on the whole I think it's fair to say she handles herself well. In particular, she commits herself respectably with our classmates while you're out, to the degree that nobody realizes that it's not the real Michiru, at least.
Oh, so that was her after all? And she isn't a bad person, right? From what you've seen of her.
Not sure what standard you want me to judge her against, but I don't think she's a heartless sociopath. That said, I know very little about what she's really thinking.
If she's that much better at everything than I am, maybe she should just take over my life full time.
Hold on, we shouldn't even be thinking about anything like that. If this is some sort of illness, we need a qualified doctor to call the shots. Although I keep it to myself, a certain proverb does occur to me. 2 kings can't live in one country.
It's also complicated. I don't really know what I should do. But for some reason there's an oddly relieved smile on Michiru's face. It's the expression of someone who had a wad of gum cleanly peel off the bottom of their shoe by pure chance. Different question. Yuuji, do you like that girl?
If you're asking whether I feel animosity toward her, then...
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Do you like her as a girl?
Difficult to answer. I haven't been looking at her in that way.
Okay, I'll make it simpler. If that girl kissed you, would you hate it? That's what I'm asking.
I wouldn't shove her away, but that's about all I can say.
I recall my first definite encounter with the girl in question, when she did in fact abruptly kiss me. She justified it as the curiosity of someone without romantic experience, but in retrospect, that seems a strange excuse. I see. So in other words, you wouldn't hate it?
Hold on, Michiru. Is there some point to these questions?
Wait a second, Yuuji. You said I kissed you first, right? Hey, was that the other me? You kissed her? The girl's normally about as sharp as a pile of bricks, but she hones right in on the problematic points. What a pain.
That's right. I suppose we might have kissed. Wasn't on my initiative, though. The girl suddenly pushed her lips on me.
No kidding. So what I thought was my first kiss wasn't really.
Michiru slowly traces her mouth with her fingertip as she speaks. Probably doesn't even realize that she's doing it. As her finger passes back and forth along her lips, her previously clear face begins to cloud over. A deep wrinkle forms in the middle of her forehead, resembling the footprint of a bird in fresh snow.
When I was depressed at one time, you came to comfort me, but you said I told you to come. Was that the same deal? Something else the other me asked you to do?
That's right, it was.
So that's it. Talk about embarrassing. I kind of wondered if it might be something like that, but I guess I was too happy about you coming to cheer me up or to worry about it. Hey, what about the dates? When you agreed to pretend date me, was that...
I agreed because the idea of playing house with you didn't strike me as objectionable.
Oh.
But to be fair, the girl had asked me to date you beforehand.
Oh.
I don't want you to misunderstand what I just said, so I'll clarify. I didn't play house with you because that girl told me to. It was entirely my decision.
I still don't get it. The girl told you to, right? I don't understand any of this. Why did she even ask you to date me in the first place?
She claimed to be asking because you'd fallen in love with me.
Well, that's incredibly embarrassing. Does that mean all of my feelings go straight to that girl?
It's just what she said to me. Your feelings are something only you understand for sure.
Well, yeah, but I really do love you, Yuuji. I try to answer I see, but the words don't manage to escape my suddenly hoarse throat. I'm gonna go nuts. That means she must be listening to this conversation too, right? And that girl gets along with people better than me. She can have real conversations with you. She was even brave enough to kiss you. I can't compete with a girl like that. Michiru seems ready to cry at any moment. I head to the sink, fill a glass with water, and quietly hand it to her. She accepts it with a muted thank you, but doesn't drink. There might not have been much more of a point to everything I've been doing all this time, huh? You know, like I said before, I wake up and all of a sudden my life's going better. That's all because stuff she's doing, right? In that case, what's the point of me even being here? If she's that much better than me, why do I even exist? At the end of this long cascade of words, Michiru heaves a brief, heavy sigh, as if reaching a command to breathe in some invisible musical score. You know, Yuuji, I was really happy that I got to date you, and I thought that kiss was my first too. But I had it all wrong, I guess. Kind of look like an idiot now, don't I?
Not from where I'm standing. Don't worry about it.
Of course I'm worried. Unbelievably worried. I don't even know what to do. No. The black cat wanders in through the door and twines around Michiru's lower legs, but her expression remains stiff. Even when I met Meowmo for the first time, when I discovered that place I love so much, it's not like I found them on my own. She led me to them, didn't she? I can't do anything, can I? I give up. No. Sorry, Meowmo. I can't do this right now. I just give up. Leave me alone, Meowmo. The cat rubs against Michiru's feet persistently before finally realizing she won't be dispensing the attention it's looking for. It leaves the room in evident disappointment. It's almost like watching a shadow with its own will break free from Michiru's body and escape. I'm sorry, Yuuji. I really do want to be alone for a while. I never really liked her, you know? But right now I don't even know what to think anymore. After silently patting Michiru's head a few times, I obediently leave her room. It's raining outside. Not entirely sure when that started, but our surroundings are already thoroughly damp, chill, and grey. The black cat dashes off somewhere through the cold rain, casting a long, narrow shadow behind it. I try to call its name, but it's as though my throat has grown rusted. My voice is wiped out by the sound of the falling raindrops. I expected the rain to linger, but it vanishes with surprising swiftness. Before I know it, the sound of raindrops against the window disappears, and the cicadas emerge from their hiding places to join in a vigorous chorus of chirps. The sunlight streaming in from the window is so bright that it almost feels like a dismal little scene in Michiru's room was all an illusion. As the air grows thick with humidity, I rest my hands on the damp desk and settle my breathing. The world, previously dark as night, has at least regained its luster. I can only hope the change in weather rallies Michiru's spirit a little. Alright then. With those words, I push myself off of the desk. At times, it can be easiest to postpone the planning phase until after you've started moving. My head feels strangely heavy on my shoulders. My thoughts are sluggish and vague. Unless I verbally spur myself on, I don't think I'll manage to take even the first step forward. Alright then. What's next? I speak again, trying to get into gear, but my wheels can't find any traction. Well, sometimes it doesn't come easy. Well, sometimes it doesn't come easy. I continue speaking my thoughts aloud, but my strangely flat words evaporate into the muggy air. Seems like this technique just isn't going to work today. But fortunately, the deadlock's broken from the other side. I stand and quietly open the door. Michiru stands outside my room with a face full of regret and anxiety. Eyes darting back and forth, she plays with the hem of her skirt. The girl clearly hasn't calmed down yet. Judging from those terribly bloodshot eyes, she was probably crying in her room until not so long ago. I'm sorry. Michiru is just full of apologies lately. At this point, it's no longer clear what she's even sorry for. They're meaningless words, filler for when she doesn't know what else to say. You don't need to apologize. Want to come in? No, that's okay, but I really don't know what to do next. I see. I'm not irresponsible enough to tell you it's not a problem, let alone don't worry about it, but right now you're too upset to think. Maybe you should pet that cat for a while until you feel a little better. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking the same thing. Did Meowmel come to your room, Yuuji? No, he's not in here. Saw him heading out of the school a little while ago. Oh, then maybe he's there. Okay, I'm gonna go look for Meowmel. Michiru sets off down the hallway, presumably intending to head for the usual high ridge. But after only a few steps, she loses her balance and has to steady herself against the wall. Maybe you should get a little rest first. No, I mean, I was mean to Meowmel before, so I have to apologize right away. I'll give him some of these. Michiru holds out her hand to show me a small plastic bag full of biscuits in the shape of various animals. I've been saving these for when he's a good boy, see? Don't worry, they're made for cats, but it hurts their tummies when you give them too much at once, so only one at a time. The girl forces a strained, quavery smile onto her face. In combination with her swollen red eyes, the effect is downright pitiful. I see. By which you presumably mean I just bought too many. You can have one, but that's it. Huh? Yeah, right. I'm a Sundara after all. Gotta say it like that.
Either way, I'll come too. I can't leave you alone in this condition.
Really? That makes me kind of happy. Is this a date, maybe?
I think the term search and rescue operation is more appropriate.
Huh? So it's not a date after all. Okay.
I decided to come along entirely on my own. Nobody else played any role. Is that not enough for you?
No, that works. Let's go. Michiru reaches down and grasps my hand. Since there's no particular reason to shake her off, I squeeze back with a moderate amount of force.
Well, what do you plan to do if someone else sees us like this? Won't your Sundara reputation be ruined?
It's fine, I'll just say you started following me around on your own.
Now you're going to make me into a stalker? You really are nothing but trouble, princess.
Meowmel! Meowmel! Looking around the area restlessly, Michiru calls out the cat's name again and again. Probably wasted effort. I think I'd be able to sense his presence if he was hiding somewhere around here.
I saw him running toward the road, so he probably left the premises for a while. Maybe he's still outside the campus.
I wonder if he was shocked because I was so mean to him. Hey, Yuuji, what if Meowmel won't forgive me?
Won't forgive you? Give him a little food and he'll forget it ever happened. He's just a cat, you know.
Do you have to put it like that? So mean. He can be a little blunt at times. He isn't here after all.
You have a place in mind, right? No need to be so uneasy.
Yeah. After a slow walk along the seaside road, we finally approached the usual spot. Michiru's not in great shape. She had to squat down and catch her breath several times, but she has refused to take longer break. Not now. I want to see Meowmel right away. Large puddles of water sit on the surface of the road, beautifully reflecting the blue sky above. Apparently trying not to disturb their brilliance, Michiru carefully steps around them as she walks. Even as I'm watching the girl hop around like an unusually dejected rabbit, my mind is somewhere else entirely. A certain unpleasant premonition has begun to take root inside me. At times like these, my animal instinct is vexingly accurate. Huh? Looks like he isn't around, but he's always here. Meowmel! Meowmel! Michiru frantically searches places where a cat might be hiding, but there's no familiar meow to greet her. The still damp grass leaves her clothes slightly wet.
Michiru, don't get too flustered even if he isn't here. Probably just hanging around somewhere else for the moment. There's no cause for alarm.
But Meowmel's always in my room or here. This has never happened before.
Only your room in here? That's more unusual than him going missing. We're dealing with a stray cat. Surely it has other haunts.
It's not a stray cat. He's Meowmel. Okay, maybe he's just gone somewhere else today. Yuuji, you go back to the dorm. I'm gonna go look for him.
Look for him where?
Everywhere. Anywhere he might be.
Again with the crazy talk. Meowmel?
Oops, that was the wrong voice. Meowmel? A light brown cat spotted with white emerges from a nearby clump of bushes. Michiru heaves a heavy sigh and then crouches down and talks to it. Sorry, we're looking for someone else. Do you know Meowmel, the black cat? Meow, meow. The stray cat seems to be primarily interested in the biscuit Michiru's holding. Probably emerged after hearing the plastic bag rustling. Sorry, I can't give these to you, but I guess just one's okay. Here you go, eat up. Let me know if you see Meowmel somewhere, okay? Wow.
He might just wandered back into the dorm on his own by now. Let's get going.
Yeah, okay. Michiru trudges along, clearly discouraged. The sun's just now straight overhead, brutally bathing us in midsummer heat. I wonder where Meowmel went.
What's the point of speculating? It's completely natural for cats to wander off. He'll come back once he gets hungry.
So that means she ran away from home because of me, right? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mean, a lot of big cars pass by right here. Maybe...
Don't get caught up in what's if. In the first place.
All of a sudden, Michiru drops a plastic bag of biscuits onto the road. I pick it up and hold it out to her, but the girl shows no sign of reaching out to take it.
What's wrong? Tired from the walk? I don't mind carrying you on my back if you want.
Is that Meowmel? Michiru slowly raises a finger to a point far down the path. On the side of the asphalt roadway, there's a small black lump like a spot of spilled ink. Hey, Yuuji, is that Meowmel lying there? Isn't that Meowmel?
I can't say from this distance. I'll take a look so you stay here, understand? Don't move an inch.
Huh? Wait, Yuuji. The black lump's lying about 100 meters ahead. It must have tumbled along the road for a decent distance after the impact. There's a visible bloody trail leading to the small body.
This is awful. Still breathing, but it's a matter of time.
The black object before my eyes is without a doubt an unfortunate feline that was hit by a car. But I can't determine whether it's Michiru's pet or simply a stray that bears a strong resemblance to it. No, if I take the time to observe it calmly, I should be able to tell. But for now, I put that off. Meowmel?
I told you to wait, damn it. Why didn't you listen?
Ignoring my words completely, the girl approaches on trembling legs. Yuuji, That's Meow, isn't it? Meow, is that you? Michiru's expression instantly crumbles with despair. Her eyes are already full of tears. I briefly hesitate, uncertain how to explain the reality before us. Meow. The cat responds to Michiru's call with a feeble croak. It's unmistakably that familiar meow. No! What do we do? Yuuji, what do we do? Meow's bleeding! Meow!
Calm down. Panicking isn't going to help anything. I'll take a look.
I examine the cat where it lies limply on the road. There's bleeding from the mouth and ears, but external wounds don't appear to be that severe. When I feel gently around the stomach area, I can feel the broken bones and ruptured viscera on the other side. The animal suffered serious internal damage from the impact. Small, bright red pools of blood have formed on the edge of the cat's eyes. When I pet his head, the animal blinks, sending them flowing down his face like tears. He'd been avoiding me all this time, but this wasn't exactly how I'd pictured our reconciliation. Hey, is he alright? Is Meow gonna be alright?
He won't make it if we leave him like this. We need to get him to a vet, and soon.
Won't make it? You mean he's going to die? Meow's going to die? Don't say that.
Tell me if you see a car approaching, alright? I'll stop them.
It's exactly. Wait, please stop.
Hey, watch it. You're trying to get yourself killed.
As Michiru dashes out into the middle of the road, the driver screeches to a halt, then rolls down his window to shout angrily. I come running after and put both hands on the hood of his taxi. I'm sorry about my friend, but please hear us out. This is an emergency. Can you get us to a veterinarian quickly? We don't have time to argue, alright? In response to my forceful bluster, the apparently soft-hearted driver nods quietly. When I turn back, Michiru is already carrying the limp black cat in her arms. Get in, Michiru, and keep calm. Is he gonna be alright? Is Meow gonna be alright, isn't he?
I don't know. Let's focus on getting him to a veterinarian. That's the most we can do for Meow right now.
Aww. I'm sorry, Meow. I'm so sorry. It was because I was mean to you, right? That's why I ran away from home. I'm really, really sorry. Inside Michiru's arms, Meow draws ragged, shallow breaths, trembling slightly. This happened because of me. I'm sorry, Meow. I'm so sorry.
This isn't your fault. It was an accident. Apologizing isn't going to change anything.
But if I'd just given him a little attention back then, I wouldn't be feeling like this right now. We could have stayed together much, much longer. Large teardrops tumble down Michiru's cheek and fall onto Meow's face. The cat, lying there like a tattered old carpet, is slowly covered in a mixture of tears and blood. I know, Yuuji. I bet he'll get better if he eats a biscuit. Meow will love those things, you know. Come on, let me have that. Michiru seizes the bag of treats from my hands, then breaks one up and places the tiny pieces on the tip of her index finger. Here you go. You love these ones, right? Eat up, please. Please eat it. Meow tentatively sticks out his tongue and licks Michiru's finger several times. The fragment of biscuit on her finger quickly grows sticky and red with his blood. See, Yuuji? Meow's eating it, right? He'll get better, right? He's gonna get better now, right? Distorting the truth would be easy enough, but what's the point? My lies can't tolerate pain, and much less save that cat. I offer them both a sincere answer.
Hug him, Michiru. That's the only thing you can do right now.
Why are you talking like that, Yuuji? Like you won't make it? Meow's gonna be getting much better already, see? Look, his eyes are shining. Meow begins to cough weakly, trying to spit out the saliva and blood pooling in his tiny mouth. But the light's gradually fading from his eyes. Meow. As Michiru strokes the cat, hair falls out in bloody clumps and sticks to the seat of the car. The driver glances tentatively back at us through the rear view window.
Don't worry, I'll pay your cleaning bill.
I reach out and gently rest a hand on Meow's body. His convulsions don't seem to be getting any better. There's no longer any room for wishful thinking. It won't be long now. Meow, please don't go. Don't leave me. Oh. With one final soft purr, Meow extends his forelegs straight out as if to pester his mother for milk, and just like that, he quietly breathes his last. Oh. No! Michiru must have felt the very instant that tiny life disappeared inside her arms. Trembling violently, she looks over at me with pleading eyes. I shake my head slowly, but she nonetheless presses her lips against the cat's blood-stained mouth and tries artificial respiration. It doesn't go well. In the end, she hangs her head and breaks into hysterical sobs. Some people would probably say it's only a cat, or maybe how much can a relationship that only lasted a few weeks really mean? But there's no denying the fact that this cat was an irreplaceable friend to Michiru. A beloved companion was just taken from her in the most meaningless, arbitrary way possible, right before her eyes. There's not even anyone to blame, no story to explain it, to enable acceptance. Death abruptly wandered by and snatched him away for no reason at all.
Sorry, but please change the destination to Myanmar Academy. We don't have any reason to visit the veterinarian anymore.
When I inform the driver of the situation, Michiru objects in a choked voice. Why not? They might be able to save him.
That's not possible anymore. You know it isn't. Accept reality.
But
I understand that you don't want to believe it, but there's nothing we can do.
How can you be so calm, Yuuji? I can't take this. If I wasn't myself, would Myanmar have lived? If the other me, if that girl had been there instead, would we still be happy now?
What use in there in talking about that? You're you and she has nothing to do with this. Oh. We're getting out. Let me have the cat. I'll take care of it.
Take care of it? Don't talk like that. This is Myanmar, you know. We named him together, remember?
I know. Look, just get out of the car, right? This isn't the time to throw a tantrum.
How can you be... Why are you so calm? Wasn't Myanmar important to you, Yuuji? Huh? Why? It's because I gave him a name, isn't it? I shouldn't have done that after all. I never should have let him be my friend. I can't take this anymore. It's too sad. It hurts too much. No matter how much you care, no matter how much you smile, there's nothing but goodbye at the end. It's too cruel. I grab Michiru by the wrist and forcibly yank her along. Shut up. Then embrace her forcefully. I hug Michiru's slender body against mine so strongly that it feels like I might break her.
This is painful for me too.
At those words, Michiru buries her face against my chest and begins sobbing convulsively.
Meowmel's dying is sad, terrible thing, for both of us, but you need to stop drawing connections that aren't there. The cat's death had nothing to do with anything else. And you sure as hell weren't at fault. This was an accident.
But...
I've been through something very similar myself. I know how it feels, alright? But there's no point in just breaking down. Do what you have to first. If you're going to cry, do it afterward.
But I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Then think. Don't run away.
I attempt to pay the cabbie, but he drives off without accepting a dime. Probably wanted to bid the quickest possible farewell to his eerie clients and their bloodstained cat corpse. You're strong, Yuuji, and smart too, so you can say things like that, but I'm stupid. Even when I do think, I don't get anywhere. Michiru hugs the cat's body tightly, showing no intention of letting go anytime soon. She seems to have accepted the reality of its death, but clearly has no idea how to cope with it.
That's not a stuffed animal in your arms. You can't hold on to it forever.
I know.
Let me take care of the cat. I won't treat him badly.
After a long internal debate, Michiru finally hands me the cat. Thanks to the summer heat, fluid has already begun to ooze out of its anus. The girl's clothes are soiled. Even so, she pets his head numerous times, clearly reluctant to part. Meow. Well, I decide it's probably best to let her be alone for a while. After respectfully dealing with the cat's body, I return to my room and take a shower. The cat died. From an objective point of view, a stray cat was hit by a car. Nothing more, nothing less. In the animal shelters, abandoned pets and feral strays are disposed of in the tens of thousands every year. To the world at large, the death of that cat is essentially meaningless. But a precious fragment of Michiru's world was stolen away before her very eyes. From that perspective, we're clearly facing a gravely serious situation. I know it's a little long, but this is This is a scene I'd hate to cut up. Essentially because this feels tied together. I gave Michiru a little time by herself. She may have managed to calm down a bit by now. I head to the girl's room to check up on her.
It's me. I'm coming.
There's no answer. I open the door immediately but pause for a moment before entering, as if expecting the cat to suddenly poke his head into the gap. This despite the fact that I disposed of his body only a few minutes ago. Ridiculous.
Again with the darkness, let's start by making things a little less...
Halfway through the sentence, my breath catches in my throat. Michiru's crumbled awkwardly on the floor, almost as if she's fallen out of bed. There's a fine white froth around her mouth. Numerous containers of ramen and candy lie scattered on the ground around her. I've been slightly suspicious about these for some time now, but it's obvious that they are in fact some kind of medication.
An overdose, is it? Lovely.
I grab one of the lozenges from the floor and pop it in my mouth. The medicine quickly dissolves when I chew, leaving a powdery substance. I immediately spit it out and wipe my tongue with a sleeve. Not a particularly strong drug, but that doesn't make an overdose any less dangerous.
Michiru, open your mouth.
I push Michiru up to a sitting position and wrench open her mouth with my fingers, pulling out a thick, gooey lump of half-melted lozenges. Yuuji, stop.
Pipe down. Getting your stomach pumped hurts like hell, you know? Let's try and deal with this here.
The area around her mouth is coated with sticky saliva. Michiru breaks down in tears.
You did a stupid damn thing just now. Expect a proper scolding later. There's no need to try and bear everything all by yourself. Understood? I'm here.
Yuuji.
Sorry, Chizuru.
Yeah, you should be. We somehow managed to handle this particular incident internally, but this is a very serious problem.
I'm aware. I'll repay you for this soon.
Oh, that's not what I was trying to... Don't think I'm going to bail you out again.
It's alright, Michiru. You can sleep a little longer.
I was deep in a dream, a peaceful dream, free of troubles. I no longer wanted to go back to the world I'd left behind. But I knew that I would wake up soon enough, and so I was afraid. More than anything, I was terribly, terribly afraid. And that's where we'll end the episode. So, until next time, where things are kicking off, definitely in a rather harsh way. Whew. I'd forgotten about the cat's death. That was unpleasant. Ooh. So, in the next episode, we shall see how Michiru is coping with this. But until then, take care.